Hey guys, welcome back to Digital Math Lot. Today we're going to be doing the second part of our percents lesson. If you haven't done so already, please watch the first part from 2 weeks ago and you'll be all caught up. In this lesson, we are going to use algebra to solve percent problems and going over how you can use a shortcut on your calculator to figure out percentages. This is going to be my last lesson with you guys, so thank you all for watching and let's make it a good one. In the last lesson, we taught you guys how to convert fractions into decimals and percentages using algebra. But today, we're going to show you how to do it quickly and easily using a calculator. So make sure you have one with you, and if you can't find one, you can get a virtual one by just Googling calculator. You won't be able to do this on the exam because you're not provided with a calculator, but it's a very important skill to know. When given a fraction, all you have to do is divide the numerator by the denominator in your calculator, and you'll be given a fraction converted into a decimal. You may have to round the decimal depending on what the problem asks you to do. From there, you convert the decimal into a percentage by moving the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you have a percentage. We do this because the process of converting a decimal into a percentage is a lot easier than converting a fraction into a percentage. All you have to do is move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, so there's very little hard math involved. Now we're going to do the first example from the worksheet. As always, the worksheet will be in the description box below, and make sure you have it in front of you. 36 over 75. So first, what we have to do is put 36 over 75 into your calculators, and you get 0.48. Now all we have to do is move the decimal 2 points to the right, and you get your answer, 48%. Let's do another example. 6 over 30. Divide 6 by 30 in your calculator, and you get 0.2. Move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and remember that although it's not written, there are zeros after the 2. So when we move the decimal 2 spaces, you get 20%. Simple as that. Let's look at the first problem from today's worksheet and break it down so we can solve it algebraically. And try not to use a calculator for these ones. 24 is what percent of 80? To solve this, we must know how to translate this problem into an equation. Remember the vocab from our equation solving lesson? Well, in this problem, we can say that is represents an equal sign and of indicates multiplication. We also know that we're trying to figure out a percent, which is also a number expressed as a fraction of 100. We'll represent the unknown number with p. So now we can set up the equation. 24 equals p over 100 times 80. Now to solve this, we divide 24 by 80 to get 0.3, which is equal to p over 100. Multiply each side by 100, and we're left with p is equal to 30, or in this case, 30%. Now that we know how to solve for the percent in these types of problems, let's go over how to solve for the other numbers in that equation. To solve for the part of the number in these percent problems, we can say that a number is 30% of 80. Or in equation form, to solve it, q equals 30 over 100 times 80. To solve for the whole, we can say 24 is 30% of what number? Or in this case, 24 equals 30 over 100 times b. Using the formula q equals p over 100 times b, we can plug in the given values of these problems to figure out the parts, whole, and percent. This may seem confusing at first, but let's do some practice problems to get the hang of it. Here's an example not from the worksheet, but it'll still help us understand how to do some of the problems on the worksheet. What number is 25% of 60? In this question, it is asking us for the part of 60. We can set an equation by using the formula in the last slide and plug in the given values. So q equals 25 over 100 times 60. To solve it, we first have to solve for 25 over 100. It's important to remember that 25% is equal to 1/4. So we can divide 60 by 4 and get 15. The last example we're going to be going over will involve solving for the whole. 12 is 10% of what number? To solve this problem, we should first set up our equation. 12 equals 10 over 100 times b. We know that 10% is equal to 1/10. So to isolate b, we can multiply both sides by 10 to find that b is equal to 120. And that's everything. Thank you for watching. As you know, this is my last video that I'll be doing, and I just want to thank you all for continuing to come and watch, and I hope you learned something. There will be one more math video this year, and if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask through our lot Gmail. I really hope to see you guys this fall, and stay safe. See ya.